Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we're on our, this is the second of a two-part series that we're doing called Familia. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in last week, where we featured Wilfredo and Danny Reyes. That was a lot of fun, and I so appreciate so many people joining us. It really made it very special, and the guys loved it. So thank you for joining us last week. So today, the second part, very, very happy and proud to bring these three guys to the show today. Longtime Gombops artists and advisors to our efforts and inspire us so much all the time. I would say after all the years that I've been working in this industry, these gentlemen are some of the finest endorsees, as example of an endorsee and what it means to be a part of a family of artists that I've ever worked with, and very proud to know them, and very inspired by their efforts as players. Just outstanding musicians. The Quintero family hails from Caracas, Venezuela, and are renowned and respected percussionists. Both Luisito and Roberto Quintero are Gombops signature artists. With Luisito, we have our steel shell timbales with his name. And with Roberto, we have our first fiberglass congas and bongos series. And also today is the airing of the Latin Grammy Awards. And all three of these guests are multiple Grammy winners. First of all, Luisito Quintero is considered to be one of the greatest percussionists and highly influential timbalero, having over 60 Grammys to his name and worked with artists such as George Benson, Arturo Sandoval, Santana, Spanish Harlem Orchestra, Celia Cruz, and many more. His work with Chick Corea garnished a Grammy in 2019 for Best Jazz Latin Jazz Band, and in 2020, with his cousin Roberto, they released their second production of their Grammy-nominated band, Quintero Salsa Project. This is Luisito Quintero, everybody.
How you doing, everybody? God bless you, everybody. How you doing, Rich?
Good to see you, man. Welcome. And you're currently in a studio right now, getting ready to record.
Yeah, I'm doing a recording session today, and not forgot that I don't see the time for the and the recording and everything is coming in the same time, and
it worked out.
I stopped my recording session, and I gotta go to another recording session before here.
Well, tell the producer thank you for bearing with us.
With the producer, don't worry.
Okay. Luisito's son, Anderson Quintero, began his career very early at age 7, playing timbales in a band called Salserin, which was the world's only children's orchestra of salsa. He also discovered drum set early on and played in several rock bands in Caracas. Upon moving to New York, he's performed with many artists, including Jerry Rivera, Louis Vega, Don Amor, Vanessa Mae, Kevin Jones, and Sheila Charles, Rhea Charles' daughter, among many others. In 2011, he won a Grammy for his work on Chino y Nacho's album, Mi Nina Bonita. Say hi to Anderson Quintero, everybody.
How you doing, my brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see you too, man. How's the weather in Miami?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's not that shiny, but it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's still warm, right?
It's still warm. Yeah, but it's getting colder.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, guys, last but not least, cousin to Luisito and Roberto, Luisito and Anderson, Roberto Quintero, comes from a long lineage of well-known Venezuelan talent, with his father being a respected composer, singer, and percussionist. He's performed globally with artists like David Samuels, Chicago, Gato Barbieri, David Sanchez, Eddie Palmieri, Jack DeJohnette, Spanish Harlem Orchestra, Celia Cruz. Roberto's worked on over 1,000 recordings and has won 17 Grammy Awards, and recently achieved another nomination for his shared project with his cousin Luisito, the Quintero Salsa Project. Say hi to Roberto Quintero, everybody.
Hey, Rich. Hey, hello, everybody. Hello, Luisito, and my nephew, Anderson. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very excited, back to work for Gombops again.
Yeah. And Roberto's joining us all the way from Spain today. So we're kind of spanning the globe with this conversation. So thank you guys for making time. And
thank you for having us.
Oh, it's a pleasure always. As I was saying when in the introduction to everybody out there who is watching, these three gentlemen have inspired us for a long time on what we do in Gombops, and I think made the company what it is today. Not only with the instruments, but their attitude and their inspiration for the total idea of having a family of artists, a family of endorsees, and it's just a pleasure for us, and always exciting to see what they're coming up with musically and how they inspire us. So we're very thankful. So as we get started today, guys, I'm just going to ask a couple of questions. We'll direct some of it to the group, some of it to each of it individually, and we'll just have a conversation. We have an hour for today. We're going to let Luisito get back to his session. So so he gets to get back into carving some songs. First question I have, guys, is how are things currently in Venezuela, and how are your family members there? What's happening over there right now?
No, but there, it's very difficult for the situation of the country and situation about the pandemic, But we speak with the family, every day. I spoke with my mother this morning. It's a little difficult, but we have faith and we're going, we're doing great.
Yeah. And is there any kind of activity musically going on there, or is everybody doing basically what we're doing here, kind of locked down into sessions or things like that? What's it like there?
Yeah, a lot of musicians have a studio, and they doing, a session from home, but no activity, no concert, nothing. So nothing. The store working 1 week, and another week is closed, yeah. Everything. And it's a little more difficult like here.
Yeah. Are people traveling in and out of the country, or
no? Everything is down.
Oh,
yeah. Luisito and Roberto, when you guys were growing up, were you performing a lot together? Were you performing in similar groups? Were you performing separately? How was that when you were growing up together there?
Let me start the issue about and Roberto. Roberto is a champion
martial arts,
and when I start, the family every time with the birthday and parties, all the family come together to the party. Well, Roberto, he played, but he never played like in serious, not like me, But he come everywhere, and I go to play, and everywhere I recording, I go to Colombia and everything. Roberto come with me. Roberto is like my brother. And one day he decided, I want to play. I say, okay, you want to play? Okay, here. I give you my I have 2 terceros, and I give you 1 tercero to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm very keen, yeah.
And you want to play? Okay. Tomorrow you have gig tomorrow.
That's true.
To a gig, and he doing,
So he was just thrown right into the fire.
Yeah, right there.
How did you do, Roberto?
That's funny because that's the Luisito is talking. I'm the championship, the karate, the artes marciales, and the black belt. So I love that's my first time travel to United States. That's in I think the 84 and 85. That's the championship in the Madison Square Garden. Remember that? I think they had 14, 13 years old. I love the fire every time. That's a Luisito and me every time I fight for everybody because that's the real story in my town. And that's a Luisito say I'm past every day with Luisito and I'm listening, the recording, he's not in play. I think my grandmother, that's the name Soila, that's the grandmother and the mother because it's together with Luisito and me every time Luisito is playing. So one time I told to Luisito, man, you know what? I like the music because I'm playing. That's what Luisito he said. The birthday, the all the families together, everybody's playing. I know the music. My father's a great musician, and all my family is the great musician. And everybody's the great musician. And Luisito, that's the first time. Luisito, man, I like. You like the music? Okay, let's go. The next day he's coming, okay, come on to my house. I think, no, I don't know, 4-3 p.m. That's the patron for I remember the tambora because in Venezuela in the 80s, the merengue, that's the number one. And that's the merengue and the pampiche, the rhythm. He said, okay, take the smoking. That's it because I'm the skinning with the same side with the people. That's it. I'm putting everything. He said, yeah, that's it. My first story, and that's the story. After that, Luisito and my nephew Nene is the teacher with me. But before that, I'm watching, listening. He said, no, you don't. That's the same story with Anderson. That's the same similar story, because that's every story with my family. Everybody,
having the family influence like this, and growing up with it, obviously, that's it gives you, all three of you, this immediate natural entrance into being musicians, But it's also interesting to say that some kids might, when they're younger, might say, "Oh, I don't want to do what dad does. I want to do something else," and rebel against the parent, And it says a lot about your family that you all have the love for music. Mm-hmm. To me, it says, that there was a true love for the art form from your family, and you weren't forced into it. You did it because you felt the love for it, which is the reason why you do it so well, I think. I wanted to ask you a question real quick, Roberto. You said martial arts. What form of martial arts?
Shotokan.
Oh, okay.
The Shotokan, yeah. That's the champion for, I think, 8-9 years. Wow. Straight, that's I love I love the art. And my families love the same one. That's
I Shotokan about the neighbor, my village style.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've spoken to Alex Acuna about this because he's doing martial arts as well. Different style, but
the Campo. Yeah, that's the stomach. Yeah.
When I look at Alex, as we all do, when I see him and how incredible shape he's in.
He's getting younger, man.
He's getting younger.
Yeah.
That's a testament to what he's doing, and I think it's that way with all kinds of movement, right? I mean, if we're keeping our body moving and our minds active, it really is something we have, and I think it really goes hand in hand with being drummers. That we have to keep movements, we have to stay in shape, all of that. It's so important. It's very inspiring.
Our uncle Nene, he practicing every day and doing yoga and exercise. 76, 74, something like that.
74, and he's still doing yoga. He's 74.
Yeah, but our uncle Nene is every day practicing and moving.
That's the key to it.
Because that's my uncle. That's the first time I'm watching the first gumbox conga he happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the conga with the conga with the bass drum at the bottom.
Conga gong. I think I'm sending you the picture. That's the conga and the gong in the back.
Oh.
That's the first conga, the gong, first conga watch in my life.
Send that picture. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll send you, I think Luis, or I don't remember. I have it. I'll send you again. That's the great drum.
Beautiful sound and great because you have a kick in the bottom. And you can play.
Oh, on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But real skin, no plastic enough.
Right.
Real skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Anderson, what was it like for you growing up with all this music around you?
Man, I was thinking, like a while ago, when I started playing, but I can't even remember, when that happened, because music has been always there. When I was a little kid, I was always, in session with my dad and my uncle. And there's a funny story because, they were recording, till very late, like 4 or 6 in the morning. And when they finished the sessions, I went, straight to school, and they picked me up on school to another session, and the same pattern every day. And I used to go to sleep, on the conga bags. I folded the conga bag, and I got there, and I sleep there. And there's a funny story. They were doing a session, and I was sleeping, on the conga bags, and I started moving, and the engineer, he was miking up the timbales or the congas. Man, he was so scared, and he started running. Yeah, Luisito, there's something in there, in the conga bags.
It's interesting that you had that, because I've heard that story from other drummers over the years that I've been working in this industry, and how they grew up, in different, there's a lot of these music families that we've all grown up listening to, right? Like the Picaros or the Wackerman family, or, they all have similar stories of how they were growing up with their fathers playing music and being around it all the time, even to the point when they were still in the mom's belly, and mom was going to see the gigs, and they were hearing music when they were still, in the belly, hearing rhythms,
crazy.
So
it's crazy.
And those days happen a lot of things. I have another, let me do quick this story. In a studio, a big studio, and we recording, and the studio have the rooms, the percussion drum, big, and we finish the session, and we don't know, somebody stay in the studio, one of the rooms, and we leave into the studio, and that day is Friday. The guy stay in the studio 3 days blind. 3 days in the studio lockout.
Yeah. He was just camping out.
And that's funny also, Bill, because I'm talking with Luisito, the batazos, the new rhythm, whatever. And Anderson, I think he had, I think, 2 or 3 years old, right, Luisito? And Anderson, every time, it's when Luisito with me, it's okay, Anderson, you play the clave, don't move. That's a pa, 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 pa. It's very young, 2 or 3 years. And Anderson is playing, and Luisito and me is moving for other side, and Anderson is asleep where he's playing the clave at the same time. Luisito and me say, man, that's the monster now. That's the best young percussion now in the world. I'm very excited with my nephew. That's the best. For the young, that's a great percussion. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, all of you, you've all 3 of you are multi-percussionists. You play so many different instruments in the family, but you've kind of focused on, like, in a way, like Luisito, you've really become, a master timbalero, and you play everything, but you have such a strong focus on that. And then Roberto with congas. Anderson, it seems like you've leaned more into drum set.
Yes.
How did you all kind of decide, okay, this is the instrument that I'm going for? I mean, this is where it was just a natural feeling, like this is what I feel strongest on, or
For example, in my opinion, I decided, going more to the drum set because, man, there's I have these two monsters, but what else I can do? And besides that, I noticed that there was not, like a full drummer, drum kit on the family, and that's why I decided to go more that way.
Yeah, but I will say, because I've seen you play everything, you're equally talented on congas and timbales too.
Thank you so much, my brother.
You're killing, and just but I've been watching a lot of what you're doing lately on drum set, and you basically cover any style at this point. It's just
thank you. That's what I've been trying, listening to a lot of music, listening to a lot of, one of my favorite the session guys, like Porcaro, Steve Gadd, James Gadson. Those are, like guys that can cover, like a whole spectrum of the music, and I'll be trying that, going that way.
I completely agree, and I spent a lot of time with Jeff Porcaro.
Man, he's one of my heroes.
He was very focused on being the timekeeper. He wasn't that interested in being a soloist. He was the timekeeper. That's what he wanted to do, and a very humble guy. Then you say all these people that influence you. Like I think of you guys know Jimmy Brantley, who lives here in Los Angeles. Who's just unbelievable player, plays all the different styles, but man, his ability to play Latin grooves within the drum set.
He played bass. We know Jimmy. We recorded with Jimmy in Venezuela with a project. The name Cuarto Espacio, and we see him play bass
play.
No, I play drum. I know the bass player. So, oh my God.
So you're saying the first time you saw him, he was playing bass, not drums?
Bass, but he's the drummer for the group Cuarto Espacio. But when we come to the studio to recording, he doing something in the bass, like a joint.
Wow.
And we say to us, no, I play drum. I don't play the bass. The bass player is the musical director. I said, what?
Right. I remember that. That's in the 80s, I think, 90s.
Okay. Hey, Roberto, what would you say? One of the things I love about watching you play congas is that you have this ability. You make it look easy. You have your movement and your ability to get a sound out of the drum. It's very, very smooth and fluid, but very strong. And what would you say to players that are trying to develop their style? What to work on? Like, I know this is a long answer to a question like this, but how would you advise somebody to develop that kind of technique so that you have, you're using your ability to play the drum more economically, and you're not overworking it, and you're not hurting yourself,
Yeah, that's funny because, that's my last instrument I'm practicing. That and the school and for the cello, that's my first instrument, and because I don't have to pay for the percussion, because I'm studying the classic music, the classic, the snare drum. But in the school, I don't have the space for the snare drum. So my first instrument, that's the cello, and I play a little bit with the cuatro. That's the typical instrument from Venezuela. And I'm playing bongos for a long time in timbales, and I'm practicing congas a little bit. I remember Luisito, he don't like it. I'm taking the conga. Don't play conga, please. Don't do that. Yeah,
and
that's
now I can play with, I have a lot of brothers and good musicians, congueros, but I feel when I play with Robert, I like you go into the sky.
Yeah. It
that's
makes it easy for you.
Yeah.
yeah. Luisito, that's my teacher forever, and my uncle too. But that's the congas I started, I think, the 90, 94, 95. But I play everything because my uncle, that's a good story because my uncle is putting the drum. It's okay, that's the drum, but that's the shaker, that's the bell. Play together, the multi percussion. Don't play too much the Latin. Listen, that's the
Yeah.
first time he's talking to Alex Acuña. Because my uncle is low. Alex Acuña he said, "Listen, this guy, and listen the World Report and the lot of recordings for the Yellow Jacket.
Sí.
Alex Acuña, man, that's a great. Luisito is listen every time. Say, and my uncle said, "No, the Latin music you have it, so listen to different music."
That's
Okay.
Yep. And Alex is a great example of that because you playing in a different styles of music. You can always play Latin style in a popular music setting or a jazz music setting, and Alex plays for the music, and that's exactly what that's really great. We're learning that.
Yeah.
McDonald.
Yeah, right. A lot of percussion. So the also and the school I'm practicing, the classic drum. That's I'm practicing the congas. I'm passing the rudiment for the drum rudiment from the congas. That's it. I'm practicing for 8 or 7 hours in the day. I had a lot. I'm watching. The other day I called Luisito. Man, and Luisito and me some practice together. I don't know 7, 8 hours, and then my studio. But I think in the 90s. I had a lot of video. Luisito missed 8 hours to play. Bam! He's played the drum and timbal, play congas, he played the different stuff and the different rhythm. That's the crazy thing. That's it, that's it. Now I'm play conga. Luisito, and the first time Luisito is very happy and play conga. It's okay. I play conga. I don't play. And also, and thank you, the other guy, that's the Rafael Rizarri. That's the first guy. Is a man, Luisito, because Luisito that's supposed to record the first album, the Timbalaye, and Luisito is very busy. I'm supposed to be recording bongos and percussion, shaker, and Luisito he came. And Rafael, man, Roberto, you try to do the recording for Timbalaye Conga. He said, man, I'm not conguero. I play bongo, timbal, and percussion, but I don't have the technique. So I said, man, you do it. That's it for Rafael, practice, and thank you, Rafael and Luisito, also for the for the time, for patience, for everything. And also I listen everybody. I listen a lot of congueros and the Barreto and Mongo and Jerry Gonzalez, Giovanni Hidalgo, Richie Flores, and wow, and Manolo Badrena, that's Alex Acuña, that's it,
Yeah.
a lot of
you listen to all the right people.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you still play cello?
No, no, but that's the first time, for the enter the school, that's the only space I had for to enter and the system. But I'm playing a cuatro and little guitar, and the cello, my hand is okay. I'm trying, but I think I'm studying the piano a little bit for the practice, with the cello. But I don't play. That's I'm sorry. That's the feminine, instrument.
It's a beautiful instrument.
Violin.
Yeah, it is.
And now,
first 3-4 days, my first day recording.
Yeah.
You play violin?
Now I'm practicing violin.
Okay.
Yeah. Something, Yeah.
I would have a question on adapting the knowledge of clave for for those of you that grew up in this and grew up with clave around you, and then those of us that did not. And what would you say is a good way to get more familiar with getting better at hearing clave and just understanding it, because it is difficult for those of us who didn't grow up in it. So for the group.
Anderson.
In my case, I don't know why it's more like something like instinct. I don't think I I think too much about the clave. It's more like an instinct for in my case.
Yeah.
I don't know what else can my uncle or my dad say about it.
But when you teach people, like you guys also teach students, do you run into this where they're trying to understand how to play it and how to feel it, and how do you approach that with your students?
Yeah, I doing what I teach is like I talk to them, play a pattern, simple pattern, and the conga. I know maybe I have a student don't play congas, but I think the best thing is to play a pattern and the conga, simple pattern, and they feel the clave.
Yeah.
Wanna see how you feel the clave and this pattern of the conga, and I see what is the he don't doing good, or he don't feel the one of the clave, and I thought, okay, the clave is this the pattern. You got a feeling like this, with the congas and the bass.
Right.
Yeah, that's difficult because years to go, nobody's spread attention for the clave, because the clave, that's the feeling, that's the feeling. And now the people know that's 3-2 and 2-3, but years to go, the clave, that's the feeling. No, that's necessary. It depends, because you play Latin jazz. Everybody says, no, the Latin jazz, that's the clave 3-2, 2-3. No, man, the Latin jazz, that's the jazz. The jazz that's open. The jazz, you don't have the clave. The Latin, that's the rhythm. When you're playing, you're feeling some rhythm doesn't three, or some rhythm doesn't two, but that's the feelings. That's the feeling. How did you feel? Now, as you play the salsa, that's but some salsa you feeling in two, you feeling that's that's. I think that's the Anderson Luisito saying that's the feeling, that's the part, because you play conga straight, kick it, that's the 2-3 or 3-2, kick it, kick it, that's the feeling.
Accent, you can play it straight.
The 2-3, that's nobody is saying the 2-3. That's a straight, kick it. The different 3-2, that's kicking, kicking. That's the ascent. That's it. Well,
yeah, the music dictates.
Yeah. And they have a controversy. We have a conversatory every Wednesday, and we're talking about the legends, the percussion, about the guaguancó. The guaguancós. A lot of people play the guaguancó kun king king kun, or the other way.
Right.
King king kun. But they said that if you play like a traditional Cuban rumba or guaguancó, you can play like a king king kun. You gotta play but the year and the 40s, they play the rumba kun king king kun, king king. Don't play the kun king king kun. I think they change. They doing the root like a play like no, you can play like a king kun king king kun. It's like we say it's like a feeling.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
And when you go to recording, the producer told you, okay, you gotta play king king kung o king king kung, you play it, you know.
So it sounds
that's the thing with jazz, because I'm the jazz, the people say no, the clave on the rhythm, that's the 2/4 in can gijing. When you listen you listen Jazz de Jonet, and every Jones is moving, cha cha cha, is playing the one and the three. But he's playing, the feeling, but the hi hat that's supposed to 2/4, where he's feeling, he's playing, he's pretty straight, or ascending the different. That's the same. I think that's the same. That's the feeling.
I think one of the things that I've noticed over the years is watching drum set players that have a background or know clave and have a background in clave, or it might be a Latin player that plays drum set. There's a level of ability that they have on drum set that is very, very high, and I think it lends itself to a great sense of time and independence as well. Being able to have that facility, no matter what kind of style they're playing, there's just their ability to have their independence just mastered. It's very exciting to me. I was going to ask Anderson that question, because you came from this background and decided to focus on drum set, and depending on the style that you're playing, do you find that that playing whatever style you're playing, you have a better ability to adapt to certain styles because of your background?
Yeah, I think that they might be true, but I think that the reason why is because my dad and my uncle Robert and my uncle Nene, they was always giving me information, different, listen to this guy, listen to this record. So since I was very young, I was absorbing so much music and so much information, that I developed, like that ability to move from one genre to another, without sounding. I always try, not sounding, like very forced or something like that.
Right. Do you have a certain artist that you would love to work with, that you're kind of eyeing, that you would love to?
Man,
like, so who are some
from the 70s? I think Bill Withers. Man, I've been watching so much, James Gadson, for a long time, and that I think that will be one of my favorite gigs. Bill Withers, Sting.
Yeah.
From the new guy, John Mayer. I'm a fan of listening to Steve Jordan.
Yeah. You're talking about the great groove drummers.
Yeah, and that's all I matter. Being a drummer, like delivering the groove for the other musicians, to show themselves.
Yeah. Luisito, I wanted to talk to you about the process that you went through and what you were hoping to achieve with gombops and developing your timbales. I'd like to talk a little bit about that. You have steel shell timbales with us. When you were working on that in the beginning, what were some of the characteristics you were trying to go for, and in this kind of a shell?
Yeah, you say about the how you
came up with these timbales.
I'm sorry, Rich. I can hear you clear.
When you were developing the timbales with gombops, with the process of that, how did you come up with the specifics that made your drums? What was it you were going for?
Yeah, well, I looking something like my dad. I start playing timbales when my dad have a timbales. The name lyrics.
Wow.
that timbales,
Leedy, yeah.
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
timbal,
They're brass, old brass drums.
yeah, and the sound, the cascara sound like real, real cascara.
Yeah.
No, dark and uh, big. But at the same time, it's core the I'm sorry,
The
repeat that
attack.
cascara.
Yeah.
And when the first time I going to a meeting with the guy before Sabian, I remember DW, the Lombardi. The first time I looking is the cascara. The timbal look beautiful and everything, but I say no. I looking for the cascara. The cascara sound good. I'm fine. And the funny,
Yeah.
when I play the cascara, I say okay, where I can sign.
Yeah.
But the cascara is, beautiful cascara. And that's what everybody told me about the cascara and the sound of the timbales. It's like classic timbales. I remember one time I bring my timbales to Puerto Rico, like maybe in 10 or 12 years to go. And one legend timbalero from Puerto Rico, Willie Rosario, he listened my timbales, the cascara. I say, oh, that's remember me my first timbale, the lyrics. I say, oh my God, we got
Well, that's interesting because it's a different material from Leedy, but it achieved the vibe that you were going for.
yeah, and the stand also.
Oh, very strong.
The stand, no more. I don't want to mention the other timbales. The you play and they go and dance.
Yeah.
And the air to the Campanas mountain go to the timbale look like this.
Yeah.
This timbale is strong. You can put 3 or 4 birds, and man, this guy is strong. And I play hard with my right hand.
Yeah.
And the timbale is okay.
The stand is very strong. Yeah.
And the sound and everything is perfect. And they said that the people call me and say, man, the timbal gomba is beautiful, and the engineer don't do nothing when I recording. They say, man, I don't do nothing for the timbales. This natural sound.
And what do you like for heads on the small and the big drum?
Emperor sweater. I use Emperor sweater is big. I use him before black. What is the name? I don't remember the name. Black. No remember. I'm using ambassador, pero
Nemo ambassador.
Yeah,
but now you use emperor now.
Emperor.
Yeah, so it's slightly thicker than ambassador.
Yeah.
It's beautiful sound for live and recording.
Yeah.
And have a long life also.
Yeah, right.
Every time 1 month, I gotta take it out and put a new head. So this head is amazing head.
That's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roberto, similar question to you with developing your congas. Now the congas and bongos are fairly new for gombops a few years ago. What was it that made you lean towards fiberglass as opposed to wood shells?
Yeah, that's because for easy for to carry. That's the first good, and the gombos conga. That's the wood. I think that's the best. I remember I'm playing with Ray Barreto and Barreto, and so I'm visitation Barreto in the Barreto house. I saw the conga because I'm talking from the beginning from my uncle. He had the gombos conga, but that's the very the short. And Barreto had the conga. The wood conga is very big, on the bottles. Wow. I said, oh, I love that. I said, no, that's my favorite conga. That's the gombo. I said, gombo, what company it is? Because I don't listen before, this conga. I said, wow, that's the great sound. And I'm talking for the DW. That's the first time and then the gombo. That's the Yes, man, like create the fiberglass conga. I love that. The bottom, the side. Well, I need that the fiberglass that not too heavy and the similar sound for the wood. That's the love the conga. So I'm working for the side and the and the weather. That's the very light. That's too heavy. And the recording, you play the bass and the congas bass, man, that's is boom. Everybody say, man, that this conga sound great. That's it. A lot of people love the conga. The same one, the bongo. That's the traditional bongo because that's the small and the big. That's the gumbo. Is that the great wood instruments. I think the gumboys need the great. Because everybody love the fiberglass instruments and the proposal for the gumbas try to the fiberglass drum and the bongo is it's good because it's working. A lot of people love the Roberto Quintero series and gumbas.
They're very versatile for different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look beautiful, and
They are pretty.
yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
came out.
Yeah. So tonight I'm Luisito and me, so I'm recording the Latin Grammys and I'm putting the gumbo set up, the timbales and conga bongos and I don't know the chimes and everything.
So let me say that tonight you and Luisito, Roberto and Luisito, are recording. Is it a live feed onto the Latin Grammys tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming a premiere, Grammy premiere.
Grammy premiere tonight at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, or
Yeah.
Yes.
so Eastern Standard Time, 7:00.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Anderson, what's happening in Miami right now as far as the scene there? Is there things happening musically? I mean, I know that things are changing every single day right now.
Yeah,
around the country, but what is it like there now?
I think things are starting moving a little bit, from the previous month. There's so much places, that they are opening. Since the pandemic begins, I've been working a lot, but working on studio on sessions. I hadn't been like playing live, certain things that they call me to do videos or live streaming, but like gig wise, I haven't doing so much, only studio.
Yeah, it seems like that's what we're all doing, and it seems like it's changing every single day. But it seems like here, I've talked to a few people that have been doing some live work outside, spread apart, outdoor restaurant, but even that's slowing down again and going backwards a little. So, but I'm thankful.
Rich, and next week I'm releasing the first single of my album.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you know when the release is gonna be, and I'll send you the track and everything for you to listen to it.
Let us know so we can help. We'll put it out on our social media for you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, and that's the first single?
Yeah, the first single.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. It's like a fusion, like groovy thing.
Can't wait.
I know you're gonna love it.
I know I will.
Yeah, and the Rich project is beautiful also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it.
Luisito, talk a little bit about this. The Chick Corea did a recent project that you worked on with an orchestra, correct? And we provided cowbells for that. What's going on with that project?
Yeah, he's doing everything. He's doing everything. He's doing everything himself. We help about he have a lot of team, and I help to him to put everything right, the bears and everything. But he writing about the big big tune, or I don't know, concert with the orchestra.
Wow. There was a beautiful photograph that I think I found. I think it was from your page that I shared not too long ago, where it was a picture of you and Chick, and trying to think who the third person. Oh, maybe the third person was Carlitos.
Carlitos.
You were playing rhythms together. It was a photograph of you.
No, Stick Chick and me.
Yeah.
Stick yeah.
That was a beautiful shot. It must have been a moment.
I explained to the clave because he asked me for 2-3-2, and I explained to him, no, it's like this.
Oh, really? So that's that shot.
Yeah, he told me, no, I feeling like this. I said, yeah, you're feeling like that. Okay, it's fine. Why?
So what's coming up? Do you have anything coming up with him right now, with Chick?
No, he called me. They were almost crying the other day. He told me he canceled the tour. We have a little tour, and maybe he's doing a couple of shows, but like a trio or quartet.
Okay. Right? Well, we have good news now, finally, with both two companies. Very, very good news about the vaccine. So, very good news. So hopefully, maybe by summer, everybody can be working, or fall, maybe fall by next year. But it sure is positive news now.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while, but it's positive. That our industry is so hurt.
Then the NAM is not happening, no.
No. There is a NAM, some sort of a virtual NAM show, kind of like they just did that with PAS last week. Virtual. I'm not sure too much about NAM just yet.
Yeah.
But
we need to get together, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very tricky thing because as musicians and especially as percussionists, we're a village of people that need to be together, not on screen all the time. It's yeah. I mean, this is great, and I'm so happy we can do this. But I know we all look forward to the day where we can be together and exchanging ideas again and playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully soon, man.
Hopefully soon. I know. Yeah. Roberto, what are you working on in Spain right now?
Yeah, I'm working for the duet. I'm producing both that's the crazy music. That's the classic music for the war percussion. I'm playing everything, and I'm producing the second album now. And I had the tour here, so I'm canceled for that's supposed to the start in the last week, but it's moving to December. In Spain that's too easy for the COVID now because the weather is perfect. No, that's too bad. And also the friend mine, I'm recording. He's living in Germany. He started the tour in March. That's supposed to start the tour. That's the great pianist for Germany. And I think that you say, I think the next summer, that's a lot of tour and a lot of concert. And, I had a couple tour now for the next year. And I had the tour now for December and January here in Spain.
Really?
In March, got to go to Europe on the other two. I think, and the producing, Luisito and me, that's the producing a lot of art, the salsa art now, producing that's the world music. I'm working with me for the new record, for the new Quintero Salsa Project record. And, that's a lot of projects. I'm working with Luisito, the also Anderson for a lot of projects. The different artists too. And recording, that's also Luisito. Every time the studio, I'm recording, the whole studio. That's the thing, guys, for I'm recording every time. Yeah.
Well, we're getting to the point where we've run an hour, and Luisito has to get back to work, or the producer is going to get angry.
Here. He told me like this. It's Guido, the engineer, Grammy winner.
Guido,
how are you?
Thank you
to everyone.
And he loved the gumbox Mariano.
Yes.
Yeah, so he loved the Mariano.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you, Rich, what are you doing right now?
Oh, there they are. There's everybody. Besides Gone Bops, I mean, I'm very busy right now with Gone Bops doing everything that I do for them, along with doing these shows, and started their podcast. We have a podcast now.
Oh, okay.
So we have one episode so far that I'm hosting. So gonna get more people interviewed and get all of you on it eventually, which is a one-on-one radio show. Called
Okay.
Percussion Loft. I'm also working on my second album right now. So
good, man.
Writing and
we have the thing that you told me about, the the music. No, we got to talk about it. The music about the.
Oh yes. What Luisito's talking about is we're working on a film for the manufacturing process of our California series. Very exciting.
Oh wow, man!
So I'm working on that right now. It's being shot and I'm editing it. And yes, I'll let you know, Luisito. We still have some more filming to do.
Okay.
So I'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
But that's a very exciting thing. We're going to be able to take everybody on the inside track on how we make our congas.
Wow, that's good, man.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I mentioned it to Roberto, but I'm ready.
Okay, great.
Hey.
Well, listen, everybody. Thank you for everything. Always.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having us and for inviting us to be here, man. And thank you for everything you have done for us, in the company. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being so special, man.
Thank you for everything, we meet one good friend, Luis Cardoso. We miss him, bro. We know we in the future we together again.
See, that's right.
No?
That's right. And
but also to Luis.
Yes.
I'm played a lot of company, I'm passed for a lot of company, but I think the best and into and the people, the service, I think the gumbo, but that's the number one. That's it. Yeah. I'm sorry for the other company. I love about the gumbo. That's the number one.
That's so nice. And we feel that way about you guys. And, it is a family,
Yeah.
And it should be that. It should be that way. We're making music, that's the way it should be, And thank you, everybody that tuned in. I'm seeing some great comments here. This show will be archived after we end the broadcast. So if you'd like to see it again or share it with somebody, it will be archived on both Facebook and YouTube. Guys, stay there where you are right now. I'm just going to sign off with everybody, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
God bless everybody.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. And we will have more broadcasts soon. Stay tuned to our social media pages for any announcements that we have, and also on our website. Any questions that you have regarding products that we have, or if you'd like to ask these guys questions, feel free to send us a note, or you can reach out to them directly as well in their social media. And thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.